Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion, Blaze into the Breach. We're gonna switch to our canonical save file where we just had a really good start. 2 perfect islands, I think perfect islands at least. And we're gonna try to do a 3, maybe even a 4 island victory, but let's not get too excited just yet. I wanna remember what we got. Titan Fist with crazy damage, Spartan Shield turns them around. Mirror Mech flies, +3 grid defense. Boosters, jump forward and push adjacent tiles away. Good for knocking enemies into the drink. Ice Mech, dream come true. Shoots enemies and doesn't afraid of anything. Yeah, let's start on this one, because we'd like to get here. This has a reactor core. These are enemies that have a Blast Scion augmentation. We gotta do 2 damage to him. My Mirror Mech has a 1 damage up bonus, right? I think this deployment is acceptable. But we got 4 enemies to begin with here, which is bad. And the enemies are fairly strong. But, to be fair, the Blast Scion doesn't... Well, let me think about this. You do 2 damage. 2 damage? You do 2 damage? Is that how much damage you do? Is the damage you do 2? Yes. Sorry, it's been a day. Oh, if only... Well, you fly. So if I move this guy out of the way and punch this crab... The crab will die. He will also explode and deal 1 damage. Which I would prefer not to happen, but 1 damage to the mech is not that bad. I could also turn him around, but I'd rather just kill him. For 1 damage, that seems acceptable. And then the tank could then... It's got 3 spaces of movement. 1, 2, 3. I don't think he can get there. I think he can still only get here. What I was thinking is put the tank here, take a shot, knocks 2 enemies out. This guy will get killed by the breach spawning. And that would be nice, but I don't think it's going to work that way. We got to think about it. We can easily kill the Blast Scion. Like, move here, shoot, kill the Blast Scion, block a spawn. I like it. Freeze this guy. Hey, Tomo. And then, if we punch this guy, it's also going to do 1 damage to our tank, which I'd rather not do. So we could actually, like, undo move. Okay, hear me out. Punch, he dies. Tank comes here, shoots, the Scion dies. Oh, that'll do 1 damage to the Renfield bomb. Because of the Blast Scion not dying first. But we don't need to block a spawn. We would just like to block a spawn. So we could always do, like, secure the time pod, punch you. No, we'd shoot you, punch you. Wait a minute, I might be stupid. Because if I send you here... No, if I punch you, you're gonna die on this square. So you're not gonna damage the Renfield bomb. But you damage the time pod. Alright. You know what? We're good. Go here. You. Shoot you. Acceptable. You. Punch you. Ooh, wait. Because how can I get you into a better spot? You can still block the spawn, which is kind of amazing. I'd rather you don't lose your shield, though. So I kind of like this. Like, your shield is way more valuable than the HP on our mech. So I feel like something like this is actually as close to a 10 out of 10 as we can get. We're only going to have 2 enemies next turn. We can freeze one of them and hopefully kill the other. Okay. Lots of spawning enemies. 4 HP. You're a tough guy to shoot. That's the thing. I could punch you and just send you backwards. I don't dislike that. And then we freeze this guy, and we maintain a good position. And we could even block a spawn then. But I still don't think that's necessary. What would we do with our Tank Lord? Tank Lord's in kind of a weird spot. He should go maybe block this spawn. So that turn would be like this. We're going to punch this guy and turn him around. Like so. Although, if we just punch him, he dies. So that seems way better to just end him. So yeah, let's do that. So, there you go. Let's avoid the brain fart. And then Artillery Lord. Yeah. Yeah, this is the right call. Freeze you. And then move you like here. I don't think we need to do anything else. The repair doesn't do anything. We'll end turn. We're only going to have 3 enemies next turn. They're strong enemies. This is the first time we've ever done a 3rd island, so we expect enemies to be strong. That enemy is kind of wasting his turn. This enemy's kind of wasting his turn. That guy's got to go. Okay, we're going to win the mission and it's going to be flawless. Probably just punch that dude. Kick this Joker out of the way. It'd be better to freeze him, and then we can't really kick this guy out of the way. It's still an amazing situation, don't get me wrong. And we only have to do like one thing next turn. So it definitely kind of feels like this works, like tank. Shouldn't shoot first, it's a bad habit, but do some crowd control. And then you just offer up one more freeze. And the reason I'm like completely unperturbed by this is because we have so many options next. So we're gonna have 3 enemies, but we already have a smoke bomb. We have like a push that can push enemies out of the way. We got our freeze, we got our punch. Like we should be able to stop these enemies easily. And like right off the bat, I'm looking at this and I'm going, well, why don't you just smoke that spot and then Tank Lord murders this guy. It frees this guy, but who cares? Ooh, because it won't quite hit this guy. Well, I mean, it's the same 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, right? Like, just punch him. And then here, I guess instead of using our smoke, we might as well just go for a freeze, just for, you know, meme's sake. And there you go. There's another turn and another mission handled just fine. Nothing to complain about, maybe a little to complain about. Did we miss some extra experience? You never know. Time pod. Almost lost you. Mech can move through enemy units. And a reactor core. We have 3 good pilots, so I don't think we want to... I still don't think I want to mess with it right now. Now, we could give our... I think, actually, our #1 priority is give this mech some extra move. And I'm going to stick with the existing mechs that we got. Oh my god. Destroy 2 mountains... Kill 7 enemies and protect the defense lab. You're gonna think I'm a baby? We can't do this. It's just too much. And I would love to get the reactor core. We literally, I don't think we have the damage to kill 7 enemies and destroy 2 mountains in like 4 or 5 turns. We really rely on freezing and then smoke to stop enemies from attacking. So I don't think this will work. And I don't want to ruin our perfect island just to try to get 1 extra reactor core. So I'm going to keep it simple. Especially because this is our first attempt at a 3-island victory here. So we have a dash, which means we can make up for some problems in our maneuverability. I feel like the tank should be like here. So let's put you... You should be in a position to stop one side, and then the tank can be here, and then the artillery can basically go wherever it wants. And with less than 4 mech damage. Harder to do if we're blocking spawns, but certainly not impossible. What? What a strange and terrible turn. So ideally, I think we want to keep the hornets alive. Because then that blocks the spawn of other hornets in the future. In fact, better than keeping them alive is probably freezing them. That way they continue to block the spawn here forever. Hear me out here. I'm just thinking it through. Oops. Hornets don't die when they drop, but we can still punch them to death. What is this? Chasm tile. Ground units pushed in will be destroyed. So there is a good shot. If we can get our tank here, push this guy. This will kill you. Unless you're... Are you... Oh, it also makes smoke, which is really good. No, I can't. Wait, the tank doesn't do anything there. Unless... Yeah, so that's the move. That's 2 kills. It does allow another unit to spawn here, but it wipes out 2 others. Now, as a necessity, it does require this guy dying. We need to do some more... Don't we have the bonus that if we push a unit into a mountain, they take more damage? Or was that last run? And then we would, like, freeze you. Your shield would actually block it here. So I don't necessarily have to kill you. Instead, I could come over here, punch you to death. Well, probably... Yeah. Yep. Are we okay with 2 buildings losing a shield? I think we might be. So hear me out here. Something like this, punch you, you're dead, you take 1 damage, this shield goes down. You come here, freeze this guy. Oh, but the push will push you away, won't it? No, it won't. It's only when we land. You'll take 1 damage but live. You'll die. Oh, but then you won't die in this case. It's not as good of a move. Let this guy who's doing nothing continue to do nothing, man. And then we would punch you. You would jump over here. These 2 enemies would die. And then you would freeze probably this guy, honestly, because he's about to take down a shield, which is a little bit more relevant than blocking a spawn, I think. Let's try this. I really, really like that move. So we know we're going to have 2 units spawn next turn regardless. Let's just run the numbers. If we freeze you, 1, 2, 3, 4. If we freeze you, 1, 2, 3, 4, but they're weaker, because one of them is not an Alpha Hornet. But we're already adjacent to the Alpha Hornet, and we can kill it in 1 hit, and this preserves a shield. So I think that this is our best option. I think I parsed that out relatively well. Okay, you're going for the shield, which is a non-urgent target. 3 more units spawn, so we got 4 active right now. Again, freezing them on the spawn seems ideal. You're kind of annoying. Can I get... I don't really want to shoot him, though. Can I get you... No. Yeah, I might let you break the shield. I feel like we freeze this Alpha Hornet, punch this one to death, tank shoot this guy. Although he's just going to come back next turn, but he's going to come back doing nothing, which I think is good. And then let you break the shields. But then next turn we'll have... You're frozen. You're dead. You'll live. We'll only have 1 enemy come out, I think. Unless the freeze pushes an enemy down. Like if they fall because they're heavy or something now. Okay. I still think that's pretty good, to be honest with you. I have kind of botched it. But we can accomplish a very similar thing. Originally, I was going to kill this guy. We can accomplish a similar thing. Not saying it's better or worse. By just going here and then shooting. So we'll have 4 enemies available next turn. And we're losing a shield in the process. But we haven't lost anything of actual value yet. You're going to freeze a dude, or free a dude from the ice, which is irrelevant to me. And then we get 2 more hornets. This is really the last turn that we have to plan for the future, because next turn is the last turn overall. I don't really mind if you free a dude from the ice, although, of course, I would prefer that you didn't. Can't really get over there, though, so I think I've just got to accept... Even though we could fit a dash in, it's not going to kill you. So, unless we freeze you, you're definitely going to free a dude from the ice. Which we could just... I mean, we could also just throw down a smoke grenade on this turn, right here. Right there. That takes out 2 attacks. Punch this dude. Because we don't care if they spawn next turn, they're not going to be able to do anything. Punch this dude, kills him, does 1 damage to him. Leave you on the spawn so no other units come out, I guess. What would that leave us with? It doesn't kill as many enemies as I like. But we can't really let you live. Somebody's got to deal with you. So if I do sort of feel like... What if I do this? Can't land there, okay. That's a bad turn. It's like an exclusively terrible turn. Okay, I think it's fine. I think you smoke here. Keeps the unit in the ice, saves the building. We can kill 2 units easily. It will lead to other units coming back, but again, they don't do anything next turn, so who cares? So we've only got 3 units we have to worry about this turn. That guy's freeing somebody from the ice. You're attacking a building with a shield. You're attacking a unit that can move. As a result, we have won. Good day, sir. Something like this. Level up. This. And this. Alright, no problems. Island 3, going just fine. So far, at least. Even though I am a little on edge about it. Plus 2 mech HP. Pretty good. We don't need to give you any extra HP then. Defend both solar farms, kill at least 7 enemies. I really don't believe in our ability to kill 7 enemies, so we're going to go for the coal plant option instead. Watch out for lightning. Step 1, we want to be able to kill the Scion on turn 1, which is probably our tank's job. I would like to be able to kill the Alpha Crab. So I think we want to start kind of like this. Although, because the tank can fly, I think we'll put him here. I really want the Alpha Crab to come this way, and our Prime Mech to just murder him, but we'll see. So you don't bother me, like, irrelevant. I have 5 moves, so I can probably get to you if I'm not coated in webs. Feels like there's a turn here. Like, you really probably want to kill the Blast Scion before you do anything else. So I'm thinking, like, there's a couple of lines. Tank here. Actually, undo. Tank here. Shoots the Blast Scion. He's dead. Punch this guy. He'll come into the... He'll deal damage to the mech is what I mean to suggest. We could also just hit him, but then he lives, and I don't like that. We can always repair through the damage to accomplish our bonus objective. This guy's absolutely gotta go. So the Alpha Crab lives. Oh, but it's bad because the Alpha Crab hits 2 spots. So we don't like that anymore. Other possible moves. You punch the Alpha Crab into this guy. I mean, other possible moves. Freeze the Alpha Crab. Takes a very high value target out of the equation. Punch this guy. He goes one tile away. We don't die in the explosion. It's like, can you jet to a decent spot here? Like, if we jet it here, we'd take damage. Jet it here, he'd be... Well, we can't really jet there, can we? It's a delicate turn. It really is. I really don't want to take damage. We could afford, of course, like, we have 1 grid power to work with. If we can't lose the coal plant, but if we lose this building, or if we lose one of those buildings, it's not a total write-off. I'm trying to do it without taking any damage, and it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. So the only things attacking buildings are you and you. Pardon me. I still don't really want to shoot you with a tank, because we're going to take damage in the process. Like, I could flip you around, but I'd rather just flip you around. I'd rather just punch you and kill you, to be honest. But then we gotta take care of the alpha crab, which we could easily push 1 tile over to the left. And then freeze this guy. It does do 1 damage to this guy as well. Well, then can you get... Okay, I have my line. You're gonna be punched. Go 1 step backwards, explode. You dealt damage to your own scion, you fool. Then I was thinking, you know, it'd be sick, is if we, you know what? We're gonna choose to take 1. That we take 2 if we do that, yeah. And the coal plant would die, so bad idea. I was thinking what would be sick is if we come down here, shoot this guy, it'll kill the blast scion. You will take 2, and then 1... You're not gonna die. So we have to do it this way, unfortunately. We have to do it the non-lethal way, which is not nearly as cool. It's okay. It makes some smoke we can use. And then you definitely move. And you get frozen. And I'm not too disappointed with this. We've got 4 enemies for the next turn. And the blast scion is wounded, and the alpha crab is wounded. We took no damage. We also blocked no spawns, which would have been nice. Honestly, that smoke is good for our building, probably. We have an alpha hornet and a regular hornet. Okay, this looks familiar. Okay, so you're dead, and we don't need to worry about you. This is where we can start to do some magic. Because I can tell you right now, tank here kills the alpha crab. You're not massive. Punch this dude, he's gone forever. Hold up a sec. You won't die if I do it that way. No, this is still the smarter play. You go here, shoot this dude into the drink. You punch this guy to death, he's dead. Oh, but he explodes into a building. It's not quite as good, is it? So, instead, you punch the blast scion to death. And then freeze this guy. And you only have 1 enemy on the next turn? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, but I need to get off of this square. This looks dumb, but I can at least get the... Oh, but he's already max level, so don't get the experience on him. The Blast Scion lives, but I think he's going to take a damage from the explosion of his minion after they get struck by lightning. Wonderful. So we're only going to have 1 enemy on the next turn. That seems like we've essentially got this completely sewn up. Just make sure you don't end a turn on a hazard. I mean, I don't want to make you feel bad, but like, it's a pretty bad move. Not a very good move, at least. And I don't even want to block. I'm gonna block 1 spawn. And I'm actually going to do it in, like, the world's most productive way. Because I don't want to fail our objective to end with less than 4 mech damage. So I don't even want to come close to messing that up. We got 1 unit next turn. Essentially, absolutely nothing to worry about. And this dude, he's choosing to end his turn on a hazard. I don't know what compels people to act like this, but I feel bad. Like, in fact, you know what? We should reset the turn. As stupid as this is because we got it locked up, why not take the guaranteed level? There we go. We got an achievement for it as well. End turn. Nobody's on a hazard. Good stuff. We're gods. Now, for getting that power, I hope we get a little extra grid defense, but... Oh, we're not quite there, I think, but... Perhaps one day. Oh, we did get it, yeah. Keep it going, dude. +1 mech reactor on our tank. If we take away health and movement, we can get to 3 damage, but I don't think that's necessary. I think for now, I mean, we might as well install... Oh, he already has the power floating. We don't need to do anything with it yet. Again, kill 7 enemies. I don't see it as plausible. Let's just do another classic here. I see an Alpha Firefly. That's my target. Dude, this is the greatest squad in Into the Breach history. I'm in love with it. Another time pod? You shouldn't have. Okay. Very dangerous first turn. Let's look at attack order. How much damage do you do? Just 1? That's sad. Because, you know... And you do 3 damage. Oh my god, do you attack? You're so lucky the Alpha Crab attacks first. Otherwise, you would be in a world of hurt, my dude. Because I would just come, like, take the tank down here. You're dead. You're not dead. You would still be an issue, but I could flip you around with a punch. Nah, I can't. Not in the way I'd like to, at least. Anyway. This might be the rare, like, first turn smoke. It's weird, because, like, if I flip you... Well, I can just punch you to death, but I'd rather punch the Hornet to death. And then ideally, like... You're also a problem, is the thing. Well, let's look at it intelligently. 3 buildings are being attacked. Actually, the Alpha Crab is hitting 2. So he's a high-value target to kill or freeze. But if we move this guy, we're in trouble. So I almost like, you know, punch this guy, freeze this guy. But then we got 2 buildings. We need to, like, push this guy back 1 tile to save him. And that's not going to happen. Well, just looking at, the ways I could do this. Actually, this move seems really good. Okay, so hear me out. You go here. Reset turn. Because if we're going to push you like that, that was a rash play. If we're going to push you like that, we might as well do 2 damage in the process. So it would be you go here, push these 2 units. Okay, so that's one thing taken care of. You're going to shoot you. Your shot is going to be blocked by you. But something's got to happen with you. Then you flip this guy around so he's not attacking 2 buildings, and you freeze this guy. It sucks that you freeze this guy. You could freeze the building instead. And then he would lose 1 HP. You see what I mean? So let's try it. It's gotta work, because I already have concocted this stupid plan. Now you're gonna say, NL, why on earth would you move this guy instead of just... Or why on earth would you flip this guy instead of just punching him? It's because I want you to kill him. I just want you to know how it feels to kill something beautiful. So, Very sorry. Oh, well, you're on smoke anyway. And then we block a spawn. Although this does make the shield get taken away. In fact, that we really should not block the spawn. Because of the fact that it makes the shield go away, it's so much worse. We freeze this building. And everything is hunky-dory. We didn't kill many enemies. Except the alpha crab is still gonna die. Which is amazing. We did damage to almost every enemy. This guy's like, I don't know what to do at this point. Okay, so we got some building issues. Doubtlessly. Our artillery being frozen is no good. You're very lucky. Or are you? I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure if you're very lucky. One thing's for sure, you're an easy move. It'd be nice to kill this guy. We don't need to kill him. Like, we could move here, block a spawn. Hit him, he's at 1 HP. It's kind of a tough one, though. We gotta start taking some of the trash out. Which is why I really wish we could move one step further, but can't quite get there, huh? Like, tank here is such a good play. Well, here's what I'm thinking right now. You go here, block a spawn, push this guy out of the way, he's shooting nothing. You're free. Many plausible turns. One I like. Because nothing else is spawning. Is you would freeze. You would smoke here, and then we'd punch this guy to death. So it looked like this. Block the spawn, shoot, you move. Doesn't really matter where. Probably like one space, well, not one space up. You might just stay where you are, it's a good spot. You could get the time pod. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. And then you just smoke right here. These two guys are dusted. And then we kill you. Which starts to get things, you know, working out in our favor a little bit more. Only other thing I'm thinking is like, if I could tank jump to like here. Nah, it doesn't really work. I could tank jump to here. That's good. It's actually very good. Like, we move here, tank jump here. You get pushed down one, you're gonna get shot and killed. That's a kill. You are gonna shoot this guy and not attack a building. We freeze. Oh, you're gonna do 2 damage to 2 buildings. We have to freeze this guy still. But we still kill you. This kills more enemies, but it doesn't block the spawn. But it's a lot cooler. So, hear me out here. Okay. There's no way I can get to you to deal 3 damage, unfortunately. And believe me, I've been running through the numbers. I could flip you, but you're gonna die in the process. The other thing we could do is just smoke this whole area. But I'd still rather... Like, the problem is that the freeze isn't very good. Because it just blocks a damage. But it does have to be done. Unless I could just put you in a slightly better spot, which I cannot do. So I think, in the end, it still comes down to this. As much as I wish it didn't, and again, we can't freeze the building even, because he's attacking 2 buildings at once. So we'll put you here. It's not that good. Like, it isn't the triple whammy we've come to expect on these turns, but it's not that bad either. We're gonna have 4 enemies on our next turn. No enemies spawning. Oh no, we find that out at the end. That's right. 2 enemies spawning. But again, This is the last turn where we have to think about the future at all. And this is easy. You... Oh, but you can't get behind him. How much? You only do 1 damage? Irrelevant to me, then. Attack order? You attack first, and that makes you very lucky. Because I think the play is you... Well... There's a couple of cute ones, but I'm kind of done icing up buildings. I think it doesn't work as well as I would like it to. We either freeze you... or just kill you. I don't mind freezing you because it does lead to you being like, you might get aggro, you know what I mean? So there's a couple of lines I'm thinking of. One is like tank here, shoot. I know that we could jet boost here, but then the tank's still gonna take 3 damage from the shot. Even though it blocks the spawn, it's not that relevant. So you will kill this guy after you shoot, but we need something here to block the damage. Oh, there's a play. There's an extreme play. Yes. I see it. I see the line. So let's start. You shoot. You... You get flipped. Which actually puts you in smoke. I would really like to undo that and just kill you now that I realize there's smoke there. But hey, you know, life goes on. Turns out the line wasn't as good as I thought it was. You get frozen. Ooh, we're gonna have 5 enemies on the next turn. That's not great. I kind of botched it a little bit. You gotta admit, though, if it worked, it would have been cool as heck. Okay, so you're shooting an iced up building. That's irrelevant. You're shooting a tank. Will move. You're definitely hitting a building, which is bad. You need to be freed. But you can also, you should be able to do your jet boosts. So like right off the bat, that saves a building. Because what, you're going to hit the building. But you only do 1 damage, so it doesn't matter how much damage you do. So you're going to be safe. And then you, well, we'll just like punch you. Not that it matters. Yeah, like this just works, right? This building's still being hit, but it's irrelevant. This building is being hit, so you need to die or be frozen. And I think being frozen is fine. But instead of freezing you, why don't we save ourselves even more hassle and stop 2 attacks from happening, and then punch you to death. Yeah, that seemed pretty good. "26 grid defense. Time pod. Push adjacent tiles when repairing. Tempting. Glad to see him. Glad to have the reactor core as well. I gotta be honest now. I'm kind of like, what if we took the health off and got an extra +1 damage? Our other options would be, you know, with 1 reactor core, gain a shield when you use the Spartan shield. Oh, we don't have dash, because we went for this instead. But dude, +2 damage on the Titan Fist has been extremely good. I think I want you to get the extra damage eventually, so I'm going to install this on you, but I don't know what to do with it yet. So in fact, I won't install it on you, because I don't think there's anything to do. We'll save the reactor core, even though it's not doing anything for us right away. Probably we want to kill the Blast Scion with the tank. This is a perfect world turn. Kill the Blast Scion with the tank, freeze the Firefly leader, and then kill it later. And if we could kill the Alpha Firefly with a Titan Fist into debris, that would be ideal. So right off the bat, this is how I think I want to look here. This is for the 3rd perfect island bonus, so we should be very careful. It's an easy freeze or an easy punch, depending on your perspective. Okay, interesting. Obviously this guy's an easy kill. There's some turns here. Like, What about this into a hit? Kills one, obviously. The other one's almost dead. We punch the other one to death. It does do it does 2 damage to us, which sucks, but it blows up the Scion and this guy, and then we just freeze you. So ideally, I clicked the wrong button. Thank God for turn reset. Oh my lord. So this would be like punch. I know we're gonna take 2 damage from doing this. I accept it as a consequence of doing the job. I don't want you... Well... I mean, the other thing I can do, I can just push you, and then you'll die over here. And then we freeze you. The Scion will still exist, but we'll only have 2 new enemies that can attack. That's probably better than taking 2 damage. Yeah. Gotta agree with that line of reasoning right there. Alright. Alpha Hornet is annoying. Just remember, if you're gonna kill something, you kill the Scion first. If you're gonna freeze something, then it doesn't matter. So I think we want to... I really like to punch you. But I think the better play is a tank kill right here. Even though it doesn't block a spawn. This guy won't explode when he dies. So that takes away the Scion ability. And then obviously you just go punch this guy to death. And then you go here. Block... you shouldn't block a spawn. You're much less valuable blocking a spawn. That's just a bad move. You're much less valuable blocking a spawn than you are having a shield, so... 2 units coming out. None of them are alphas. We've won. We're gonna get our 3rd perfect island. It's unfathomable that we wouldn't. Many different plays here. One would be go... At this point, we actually could lose our shield. Go here, freeze this building. Shoot this guy into the drink. Without hurting the building itself. Another one would be punch this guy to death. And you're just... I kind of like our other play, honestly. But I can't quite make it happen unless... If I go here... Okay, I gotta admit, I like it. Look at this. I mean, what can you say, dude? The freeze guys with this special pilot on the cryo tank is just too strong. It's 10 out of 10. They never stood a chance. As long as we don't make a mistake. Give me that perfect island bonus. I desire the perfect island bonus. I didn't destroy the Firefly leader because I left him frozen. Alright. Get out of here, pilots. I like you, but you gotta go. Confuse shot. Flips the target's attack direction. We don't have a science mech. Smoke mortar. Artillery shot that applies smoke and pushes to adjacent tiles. Is not good enough. All smoke deals damage to enemy units every turn. It's so good if there's a spot for it, but there's no spot for it. So I think we're just gonna go with our standard. Wow, the shield tank is tempting to continue putting on the frost unit, but nah. Straight up, I think we take 3 reactor cores to become as strong as anybody has ever been. And then 1 more grid defense to go to 28. So you get 2 of those, and your mech is just outrageous. And then, dash is tempting. +1 move and +2 health is tempting. I gotta admit, we haven't put, like, anything on our ice mech. She doesn't need it. Like, it seems more advantageous to be like, you get extra move and extra health, honestly. We've literally never found a situation where our science mech was in trouble. +1 damage on the shield? Sure, I understand, but we already got +2 damage on the fist. I don't know, it's hard to argue with this. By completing 3 islands, you've unlocked Detritus Disposal. In future games, you'll be able to visit unlocked islands in any order. So we are going to do this island next time. But for now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.